You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
Welcome, everybody, to episode number 91 of the Battered Heat Fans podcast. I am your host, Daniel Granada. Solana couldn't join us today, but this is going to be a quick one. It's new rumblings out there that are making Heat fans a little worried, me included, honestly. Supposedly, Bill Simmons has reported that the Celtics are interested in Giannis, and there's a chance that they might go in and just steal him from the Heat. Now, up until yesterday when this started circulating, or the day before, I think he did it after the Knicks game. Um, I think it was a foregone conclusion that Miami was the only ones that really had a viable chance at Giannis. He was willing to come here. We had enough of a trade package that I think could make Milwaukee happy. And there really wasn't a bigger threat because the Portland Trailblazers supposedly were interested, but he doesn't want to go out to the West Coast. Same thing with the Golden State Warriors. The Orlando Magic, I said the last time we were on here, I thought was a serious threat because of Paulo Banchero. But does Giannis really see them as a title contender? Maybe not. Whereas in the Miami Heat, even if they have to trade away a lot of pieces, I think Miami has built the reputation of we can get a big name and we can build around them. The lure of playing in Miami in general, having the best coach in the league, which is a lot of people's opinion. Their exposure, I thought that I saw all signs pointed to Miami, and one way or another, it was going to happen. But if Boston is really interested and they're willing to trade away Jaylen Brown, because I know some people, I saw some people asking like, why Jaylen Brown, why not Jayson Tatum? Well, even though Jayson Tatum has the knee injury, Jayson Tatum is 2 years younger, and I think everybody agrees that he is the better player when healthy. Now, Jaylen Brown is a stud. He was in the MVP conversation just last year. He carried the Celtics to the first overall seed for most of that season. Um, well, it was them and Detroit battling for the first and second seed, and he was doing it all without Jayson Tatum. Now, after the season was over and they got eliminated in the first round, I remember Jaylen Brown went on a podcast. He has his own podcast, I think, and he started saying about how this was the best season, his favorite season of all of them. He got eliminated in the first round. That tells you he wants to be the man somewhere. So I'm sure that the Celtics are feeling that, and they're thinking that maybe the whole Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum experiment, or not experiment, the run, because I mean they won a championship, they had a great run together. Maybe it's run its course, and maybe they're ready to split. Jaylen Brown is going to be 30 by the time the season starts. Uh, I think that there's a chance that the Celtics might pull the trigger and offer Jaylen Brown. And Giannis definitely sees the Boston Celtics as a title contender more so than the Miami Heat. This has me worried. If the Boston Celtics are seriously in on Giannis Antetokounmpo, think there's a real chance that the Boston Celtics get him. Now, where does that leave the Miami Heat? Well, I think that one, it takes a shot to the Miami Heat's lore or that aura, the Pat Riley aura, because everybody always talks about, oh, Pat Riley always gets his guy. If he doesn't get his guy here, I'm gonna push back, like I'm sure a lot of people are, on when has he gotten his guy. He got Alonzo back in '95, which was great. It was a great start. It was a great building block, and we saw what started from '95 on. Great building block. After that, though, in '03, my understanding, they drafted D Wade because Chris Bosh wasn't on the board anymore. That's my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. That's what I've heard. Then they got Shaq, but they got Shaq. Yes, he offered the players, or Lamar Odom, Caron Butler, everybody. But my understanding is that Shaq wanted to come to Miami to play with D Wade, and he's the one that kind of forced the issue. So yes, technically Pat Riley got his guy, but I felt like Shaq was the guy that made it happen. And then in 2010, we know what happened with D Wade, LeBron, and Chris Bosh. That was a them decision. Pat Riley, obviously, him and Andy Ellisberg and everybody made sure that the cap and the money was available. But that was a D Wade, LeBron, and Bosh decision to go play together, and then they chose this team. Again, I don't want to discredit Pat Riley because I'm sure Pat Riley has something to do with these. But this whole, oh, Pat Riley always gets his guy, it's kind of getting played out because he hasn't. He hasn't. How many times has he tried to get Kevin Durant? He hasn't been able to get him. I believe he was in on Kyrie Irving for a while before he went to Dallas. Wasn't able to get him. Kevin Durant last year, again. Dame Lillard 2 years ago. He got Jimmy Butler. That was good. And obviously we saw how that turned out. But he wasn't the big fish that summer. The big fish was Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, and they ended up getting Jimmy Butler. Now, you could say that maybe that's what he wanted. He didn't want anything to do with Kevin Durant and Kyrie. Well, I know he wanted Kevin Durant. Maybe he didn't want anything with Kyrie, and when he found out that it was a package deal, maybe he didn't push for it. Maybe. But if we go through another summer where the big fish is out there, he's linked to the Heat. He says that he's willing to come to Miami. He wants to come to Miami. And we don't land him. I think the Miami Heat aura takes a huge hit. Huge hit. I mean, you're coming off of not making the playoffs. You were a playing team the last, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, it feels like. It feels like it's been forever. You've had some good playoff runs, but it feels like it's been a mediocre playing team forever. And then you have a chance to go all in, and you don't. Now, I wouldn't put it past Bill Simmons. He is a Heat hater. He is a Boston Celtics lover. To maybe, and again, this is just a conspiracy theory in me, maybe he's pushing the envelope just because he's like, you know what? I'm hearing this. It's not too serious, but let me put it out there anyway. Because what happens here is that if I put this out there, all of a sudden the Miami Heat might have to get desperate and have to offer a little more than maybe they were hesitating to offer because they can't lose Giannis. And Bill Simmons doesn't care. He'll push that envelope because, I mean, he hates the Heat. He loves the Boston Celtics. And this would be good for them, right? The more that he have to lose to get Giannis, the worse position they're in after the fact. So, again, that's my conspiracy theory. Is that what's happening? I have absolutely no idea. Maybe not. I think he's a serious reporter. But maybe his hate for the Heat and love for the Celtics is that much that maybe he's doing that. Or maybe he did hear something, but it was so minimal. He's like, you know what? What's the worst that could happen? They have to offer more, and then the Celtics are in a better spot. And then one last thing that I heard that it's possible that the Celtics could somehow figure out how to, because remember, they're a deep team. They have a lot of pieces that they could figure out how to trade enough pieces where they trade for Giannis and keep Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum. That's a nightmare. I don't know if they can make that work because they all make like over $60 million a year. So I don't even know if that's possible, but that would be crazy. But I am worried. I still think that the Miami Heat are in the driver's seat just because they've been in talks for so long. I think Pat Riley is desperate to get this done because, like I said, this is going to be a huge hit to the aura. And if you don't get him, who are you going to get? I mean, I'm sure we can do an episode on this after, maybe tomorrow or something. If we don't get Giannis, who do we get? Kawhi? I know Kawhi is great when he's healthy, but how many times have we seen him not be available in the playoffs? I know he played more games in the regular season last year than he has in the past, but that's not somebody that I want on this team. Not because of the skill, but because of the availability. If you guys were frustrated with how often Tyler Hero missed and was unavailable, Kawhi Leonard is 10 times worse. He's never available. And he also, maybe he cares and he just doesn't show it on his face. But man, have you ever seen a player that just has a I don't give an F face and personality when on the court or anywhere? I don't know if I would want Kawhi. And the Ja Morant thing, I'm not excited for Ja Morant. I don't think that he would do much, honestly, on this team. He can't shoot. If I'm gonna have somebody that can't shoot, I want it to be a big man, not one of my not somebody in my backcourt. But again, that's a discussion for another day. I am worried. I do think that this poses a real threat, right? When people saying Portland Trail Blazers, when people saying other names, I was like, you know what? I think the Heat will still pull it off. If the Boston Celtics are really engaged and interested, I really do think that there's a chance that Giannis doesn't come to Miami, and that would be absolutely terrible. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. We'll be back probably talking more Giannis news, whether he comes, whether he doesn't come, hypotheticals, all the players you can get, and all that stuff. And I'll do that with Solana, so make sure that you join us for that. So until the next one, have a good one.